So in addition to Erikson's developmental stages, I also felt that Dave's experiences are applicable to the ecological systems theory, which was developed by Bronfenbrenner. And this theory seeks to describe the interactions between an individual and their environment, and furthermore, understand how these interactions helps or, declines that individual's overall development. And of course, as we all know, this specific theory is composed of four key environmental factors, which are the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, and the macrosystem. So I broke down each level in regards to Dave's personal experiences. So first you have the microsystem, which involves those daily interactions you have with various people. And during his early adulthood, these specific people were his wife as well as his athletes that he coached on a daily basis. So furthermore, you have the mesosystem, which is the overall study of how two microsystems interact with each other or influence each other. So in Dave's life, you had that relationship between his coaching as well as his marriage. Dave mentioned during the interview that as him and his wife began to take on or go two different routes within their marriage, she mentioned that she felt he spent a significant amount of time with his students at that time. So that took a toll on their marriage because she felt that not enough time was spent within that marriage. So like I said, that mesosystem is that overall look into how two microsystems, in this case being the athletes as well as his marriage, how they interact to influence one another. Next, you have the exosystem, which I considered the competition in the workplace because it has a lot to do with those society influences and how the individual is impacted. And in this case, you had that competition with the countries overseas, and that ultimately resulted in Dave losing his job. So that is what I consider to be the exosystem in this specific situation. And lastly, you have the macrosystem, which I concluded to be the society norms. And in this case, Dave felt that he should be having the time of his life, being that he's in his 20s. He should be married to the love of his life, coaching, and just having everything work out. And as you can see, due to this interview, everything did not work out as he had expected. And last but not least, I want to present to you all what I found to be some limitations of Erikson's psychosocial theory of development. And although this is a pretty sturdy development within psychological studies, you have Jeffrey Arnett, who has proposed the idea of emergent adulthood, which is now gaining more and more attention. So we all know that Erikson's theory of development lists those ages of 18 to 40 as one stage of early adulthood. However, you have Jeffrey that argues that between the ages of 18 and 30, we are transitioning as young adults into adulthood, where we are going to face many conflicts, and part of the process of this transition is to learn how to deal with them. So that is the major limitation I felt after reviewing a lot of the information that Dave shared with me. I felt that this time period would be considered more of emerging adulthood versus young adulthood in terms of Erikson's findings. And like I said, both are pretty prominent today, but I definitely feel that Dave's situations related more towards Arnett's overall concept of emerging adulthood. All right, here I have listed all of my references I've used for this presentation, and I hope you all have enjoyed my presentation as much as I did with this project as a whole. I wish everyone the best of luck with this semester and all the semesters to come, and hopefully I see you all in a couple of years when we're all getting our Masters of Social Work.